This is Michael from BioBigBox. I would like to start by thanking everybody for taking the time out of your busy schedule to attend the presentation. We're going to be discussing and presenting BioBigBox, which is a new HIPAA-compliant file transfer, backup, and email system. The idea is really that by the end of the presentation, you should feel comfortable to start using BioBigBox, to implement it in your practice, and use it as a HIPAA-compliant way to secure, backup, and transfer digital information, specifically information that contains patient health information. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to enter it into the QA chat box. Please also make sure to enter your details into the webinar attendance form so that we can send you the relevant CE credits. BioBigBox is developed by Blue Sky Bio. For those of you who may be aware, Blue Sky Bio manufactures and develops dental implants. In addition to manufacturing quality dental implants, Blue Sky Bio also has Blue Sky Plan, which is treatment planning software for guided surgery. The clinician loads the CT scan into the software and pre-plans the case. As the software became more and more popular, being used by more and more users, it became obvious that we need a HIPAA-compliant and secure way to transfer large amounts of digital data, CT scans, the treatment plans, and really any type of digital information. There needs to be a quality way to transfer and secure this information and transfer it from location to location. Therefore, Blue Sky Bio went ahead and developed BioBigBox as a solution for the problem. The need, of course, is growing. It doesn't apply just to dentistry. It applies throughout the medical profession, and it expands into other professions, legal, etc. Really, anybody that's handling information that has patient health information within it needs a solution, needs a system to be able to deal with information properly. And as technology continues to develop and people continue to innovate, the need, of course, continues to grow, and the proper and relevant solution needs to be in place. This presentation is going to be very practical, very how-to use the BioBigBox system. We're going to be looking at each of the three main modules, in addition, some additional functionality. And we're going to start by taking a look at the file transfer functionality. When you go to the BioBigBox homepage, in addition to seeing the beautiful background image, there are two main elements that catch your eye. In the top right, you have the logo together with the three main modules that currently exist in the BioBigBox system: file transfer, backup, and mail. And on the left part of the screen, you have a module that allows very quickly and easily, even without registration, the ability to send digital files pretty much of any size. The widget that allows you to send the files is very simple and easy to use. You put in your email address, the recipient's email address, you can include a message, and you upload and attach the relevant files. The files are sent, and you get a big thumbs up on the screen saying that in order to complete the send, click on the confirmation email that's been sent to you. Being that this is a secure HIPAA-compliant solution, we need to verify that you are indeed the sender. So you get an email sent to you that you click on, and that completes the send process. Now, a very easy way of not having to have that confirmation email sent to you is simply by registering for the system. Once you register, you get your password, your login information. Registration is quick and easy. You simply enter your email address twice, create a password, and enter it twice, and you have an account. From that point on, once you're logged in and you're sending files, there's no need to send you that confirmation email. We know who you are. You're behind the login information. And it really simplifies the process and gives you access, by registering, it gives you access to great additional features as well. Once you're logged in, you'll see your email address appearing in the top right, and the send box to send files has been simplified. It includes your email address. It includes the recipient's email address, as we know your email address. You can include a message, and you could include the relevant files. We're going to discuss this a bit more later, but one of the great functionalities that we've implemented is the ability to upload a folder even without zipping it. You could just select the folder, and the folder gets uploaded. Okay, this is the send box for a user that's registered and logged in. Simply the email address of the recipient, a message, and the relevant files. When you send the file and the send has been complete, you receive a notification, as does the recipient. The notification is sent to your normal email addresses. When the file is downloaded, the sender also receives an additional notification. So not only do you know that the files have been sent, but you know when the files have been received and downloaded as well. The recipient who receives the files gets an email such as this one. Such and such has sent you the file with two options inside. They could download it directly from the email, or they could click View My Data, and they'll view it within the BioBigBox interface. The BioBigBox interface, as you see on the screen now, is a great system. Anything that's sent or received is automatically stored for you, and you could access it from anywhere on any device by going into the website. Okay, to zoom in a little bit on the interface, you have a filter option that allows you to filter files. You can see everything. You can see files that you sent, and you can see files that you received. The top right part of the module is a big Send Files button. If you want to send additional files to somebody, you just click on that, and that opens the Send module. And you have the file name column. Some of the file names here are blocked out intentionally, but it simply presents to you the files that have been sent and received with some additional options as well. The checkboxes to the left of the file names allows different functionalities such as to download, delete, and share the files. The downloads column shows you how many times the file's been downloaded. Like we were saying previously, not only do you send the file and get confirmation that it was sent, but here you could see how many times it was downloaded and who downloaded the files. We've added in functionality specific to medical data, medical information, that makes it easier to manage the files. You could enter a patient's name, the patient that the file is associated with. That enables you later to search on a particular patient. You could search the patient's name and get all the files relevant to that particular patient. You can also search on the file name, the email address, or information within the message. All of that is activated via the search box. You can also see who the files have been shared with. You could simply click on the plus, and you could share it with additional users as well. The reason that this is called an intelligent share is because you need to make sure that you're sharing the files, obviously, with the correct recipient. If the system would create a link, which could then be forwarded to other individuals, either unintentionally, accidentally, or whatever, and somebody else who's not the intended recipient could click on the link and download those files, then you're dealing with a system that's not secure properly and it's not HIPAA compliant. The system needs to work in such a way to make sure that only the intended recipients are able to click on those share links to download the files. And that's what we've implemented into BioBigBox. If you would forward accidentally a link to share the files onto somebody else and they would click on that link, the system would tell them that you're not the intended recipient and they wouldn't be able to download the files. So that's an important feature that we've built into BioBigBox. If you click on that plus to initiate an additional share, you have the share box come up. You could enter an additional email address. You get that copy share link that I'm talking about now. And again, that share link will only allow the intended recipients to access the files and nobody else. And here we see it zoomed in. You see who the file is currently shared with. You could add additional shares without re-uploading the files, okay, because they're already stored in your system, of course. So you could just click the plus, add an additional email address, and share the files with additional individuals. If you want to copy the share link and put into an email that you're writing, then that's another way of doing it. In addition, of course, they'll get the notification from the BioBigBox system telling them that the file was sent to them, with the ability for them to download it or to view the file in their own BioBigBox account. And the files could be shared with anybody. The user, if they don't yet have a BioBigBox account and you share a file with somebody, they'll still get the same notification. And when they click on the link, they'll be asked for the first time to assign a password, just like we saw previously, and then they'll have their own BioBigBox account. So you don't need to be concerned that you can't send files to somebody that you're not sure if they do or don't have yet have a BioBigBox account. You also have the ability to attach a message to a particular folder or file that you're sending. You could have a conversation going back and forth that's associated to a particular file. So you could add a note, take a look at the treatment plan. They could comment back, they could send comments, and you could have a conversation. And what's great about it is that the conversation is connected to a particular treatment plan or to a particular case. All of it's integrated and built in together. Okay, we have the two boxes on top. One, again, as we mentioned, is the patient file email messages search box that you could search on any of those criterias. And the show all box next to it is a filter to show files or items from the past 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, so that you could clearly see exactly what you're looking for. One of the great features that we've added in as well is email aliases. I've encountered situations using other systems where somebody shares a file with me. Maybe they share it to my personal account, my personal email account, and I want it to go to my work email account, or vice versa. And I click on the link to download the file, and it tells me that you don't have access to the file because it was shared with the wrong email address. What we've built in here is the ability that you could add an alias. You could add multiple email addresses, and any information sent to any of those email addresses will be put into your one centralized BioBigBox account. There's no longer a concern about, did he send it to the correct email address? Where is it being stored? How do I log in? All your email addresses and all the files sent will be centralized in one location. To add another email address, you simply click Add Alias, type in the additional email address, and click Save. Of course, the first time you add an alias, the system needs to confirm that's your email account. A link is sent, you click on the link, and from that point forward, the email address is added, and any files are funneled into your BioBigBox account. You have the option of making any email address a default, which means that when you send a file using the BioBigBox system, the recipient will see that the file has been sent from the default email address of your choice. So if I want everybody to see that files that I'm sending them is coming from my Gmail account, I could simply make my Gmail account my default, and the notification emails that the recipient receives regarding files will show that the files have come from my Gmail account. Another cool feature that we've added in connected to the file transfer. Again, we're still talking about the file transfer module. Of the three modules, we have the file transfer, the backup, and the email. We're still focusing on the file transfer, but a cool functionality that we've added in is to upload a folder. If you have a folder that's not zipped, containing multiple files or even subfolders within it, you no longer have to go through the process of creating a zipped folder and zipping it and having redundancies and duplicates. You could upload the folder as is. You select the folder that you want to upload. The items in the folder get uploaded. Here we're talking about a DICOM CT scan, and it shows up as one folder within the system, both within your system and within the recipient system. It shows up as one folder. You could then continue to share the folder if you like, if it's relevant, by pressing the plus with the shared with, and the folder in its entirety will be shared as well. If there are subfolders within it, as you can see in this example, you can see the breadcrumb trail that within the test folder, there's another test folder copy, and you could go ahead and drill down within the system to the subfolders as well. Okay, so we've covered the functionality of the transfer system. We're going to continue to discuss the second module of the three, which is the backup system. The backup system, of course, is used to do what you would expect it to do, to back up and to secure your files and folders. There are two different types of backups that we've built into the BioBigBox system. One is a sync backup, and one is an upload backup. The sync backup means that you define a folder on your computer. It could be all of your CT scans, all of your treatment plans, whatever it is. And any folder, any data within that folder or any of its subfolders will automatically be synced and backed up to your BioBigBox account. So there's no process that you have to do to upload the folders or files. You put them under the one folder that you've defined, and it automatically gets backed up. It's an automatic backup system. Whenever the data changes, it gets backed up. The upload backup isn't an automatic process. It's not what we just described as the sync backup, but it's rather if you're in a situation where you have data and you want to have it backed up, or you want it to be accessible from anywhere. So you can use the backup upload functionality, and it will be stored within your BioBigBox account. Okay, it's not being sent to anybody. It's just being uploaded and just being stored. So the sync, you could think of it as an automatic sync, and the upload is something that you'll drag and drop, or you'll upload within the system, and it's backed up and stored that way. In order to activate the sync backup, we have a desktop application that you install one time onto your computer. You download the desktop application, and from that point on, the data gets backed up and synced to your account. After you download the application, you'll have the install icon that you see on the screen now that appears on the desktop. You execute and go through the standard installation process, ending with the ability to run the backup application. The application loads, and you'll see the BioBigBox B icon showing up with your other icons in the toolbar on the bottom next to your clock. When you right-click on it, you have a menu that comes up. The first option is showing you the email address, of course, that you're using for your account. You have the folder which is being backed up, and the process of setting that up is extremely simple. You right-click on any folder on your computer, and you'll have an option to start the BioBigBox sync. You could choose to show the BioBigBox sync, which will actually show you the files and folders being uploaded at that time. And of course, you have the ability to restore the data. Okay, when you choose the restore data option, it opens up the directory of the files and folders that are backed up. You could select the data that you want restored and restore it to your computer. So if you're using one computer and then you get a new one, or the first one crashes, you could simply install the sync application on your new computer, press restore data, and download the data to your computer. You also have the ability to download the data directly from the interface. So if there's a particular file or folder that you want to download, you could go into the backup interface and download it from there. The primary difference is the restore functionality will allow you to restore significant amounts of data, gigabytes of, or terabytes of data could be restored via the restore functionality. As opposed to going into the interface, there you could choose the folder or a couple of files or whatever that you want to download and download it that way, or you could share it that way as well. But if you want to restore and download significant amount of information, then you should use the restore functionality that we saw previously. The upload backup is pretty self-explanatory. When we were dealing with the file transfer system, we had a share button or send button, and here we're dealing with an upload button. Okay, the upload button allows you to just upload the files or folders. You don't put in the recipient's email address because you're not sharing anything, and you go ahead and you back it up and upload it to your accounts. If at a later point you want to share any file or folder, then you could just click on the plus in the shared with column that we saw previously and go ahead and share the data. Moving on to the third module, the email module. The email module transfers the data in a HIPAA compliant manner, which means that when you send an email to recipients, when they get the email, it doesn't open up with the content and data in the email. Okay, the information needs to be secured, it needs to be compliant, and it needs to be behind a username and a password for the BioBigBox system. So what the recipient does receive is a notification email that goes to their standard email address. It tells them that you've sent them an email with a link, and when they click on the link, it opens up the email within the BioBigBox system. Okay, so to send the email, you're sending it from the system. The recipient receives the email. In the body of the email, instead of the data, there's a link that opens up the email within the BioBigBox system. Sending the email is pretty straightforward. You could use it from within the BioBigBox system, and any email sent from within the system is HIPAA compliant, and the recipient will then receive the email with the link inside. Now, what's great about the system is that pretty much everything that we've mentioned until now, almost everything we mentioned until now, you could get started with at no cost. Okay, the file transfer system, the backup system, and the ability to receive HIPAA emails. You could create an account at no charge and go ahead and use that functionality with an initial amount of data and storage built into that account. And you could go ahead and use it. You could create as many accounts as you like for the people within your practice. In order to be compliant, you should not be sharing accounts. Everybody should be having their own account with their own email, their own login. And they could go ahead and start using the system immediately. The ability to send HIPAA emails or to expand the amount of storage or to do another couple of things that we're going to look at in just a minute. So for that, there is the need to upgrade your account. The packages, the paid packages that start at $9 include the full functionality of sending and receiving the emails, the backup, and the file transfer. And it's all very reasonably priced and includes all three modules that we've discussed. An additional functionality that's built into BioBigBox for a little bit of a higher grade account is the ability to create your own upload page to receive data, to receive large files. This is really a better way, a more convenient way for your partners and your users to send information to you. You could create your own custom URL. We're going to look into this in more detail in just a minute. But you could define the URL that you want. You could put in your logo with your brand, your background. You could build a custom form that has the relevant fields and the relevant instructions, and of course, the upload functionality. It's a simplified, maybe you call it classier way of receiving data from your partners and from your users. Okay, if you have upgraded to the gold account, then when you click on your email address, you'll have a box there for upload settings, and that's the settings to create the personalized upload page. That upload settings allows you to create the page such as this one. Again, you could see the personalized logo, the background that was chosen, and a custom-made form and a custom-made title, all specifically for the data, information, and files that you want to receive. When somebody uploads files via your upload page, it goes into your BioBigBox system. You can log in, you can see your data there, you can see the messages there. It's all within the system. It all gets saved there. You can visit again and come back and see the information stored and saved there. How do you go about creating an upload page? There's a form to do that. First, you could decide on what the URL, what the web address should be. And what that does is if you have a button on your website that says upload now or click here to upload, so you would have that button bring up this URL, this web address. You go ahead and define and upload the logo and the background that you want. The logo and the background, of course, could be linked to your website. So somebody clicks on the logo or clicks on the background, it could be linked to your website, it could be linked to an advertisement or whatever you like. You go ahead and define the title, the header for the page. You could create the fields that you want to be on the form, the number of fields, the text that should appear to the left of the fields. If you want it to be active, meaning that if you want to take off a field but you don't want to delete it from the system because you might turn it back on, then you could deactivate it. You could choose if it should be a required field or not. So this really allows you to customize and tailor the form on the upload page to your exact needs. The bottom, it shows you your web address, and underneath that is an embed code, which is really great because another option of having a standalone page that you could connect or link to your website is the ability to put that form that you just created and put it into a page in your own domain and your own website, similar to embedding a YouTube video where you could put the video directly into the page. So here too, you could take the upload form and put it directly into a page on your website. Everything stays within your own domain within your website. Okay, so the form on the right that we just went through creates the upload page that exists on the left. And here it is zoomed in. One question that I get a lot, the most popular question that I get about the BioBigBox system is how is it different? There are other systems out there that allow file transfer. There are other backup systems. How is BioBigBox different? The couple of points that make it unique, and it's really a combination of these items that make it unique. First of all, it's completely HIPAA compliant. There are other services that could be used in a HIPAA compliant manner, has HIPAA compliant functionality. There are many times people think that they're using it in a HIPAA compliant manner, such as the links that we discussed earlier. If you're able to forward somebody a link to download data and they're able to forward it on, and there's no restriction on who's actually downloading the data, then maybe the system could be used in a HIPAA compliant manner, but the user might not be using it in such a manner. So BioBigBox is designed to be completely HIPAA and to be used that way. Second of all, we have a combination of services. As of today, we have 3 or 4 main modules. We have the file transfer, we have the backup, we have the email, we have the upload page. So yes, you might be able to find a system that could do each one of those. But here, what we're doing is we're combining and bundling them into one system that's on one hand simple to use, on the other hand powerful and full of different features and functionality, and we're giving an extremely reasonable price point for it to be able to allow a clinician and their staff to get ready to immediately start using it, something that's very convenient and simple to use. We've also designed it for medical. We saw earlier you're able to enter the patient's name, you're able to give a status to the case. There's the features, and the way that it was built was done to address more medical needs. And again, the great features that we saw in terms of the ability to search on all the different fields, in terms of the email aliases, in terms of the unzipped folder upload, in terms of the upload page that's fully customizable, and other products and features and functionality that we have in the pipeline that we're planning on adding in the future. And of course, we're always happy to hear comments, suggestions that could always be sent to us, and that's how we continue to improve and make the system better. The best way really to stay up to date, besides going and creating an account and start using it, but we're also putting the latest news and videos and training tutorials and features directly on the Facebook page, so you can check us out there. And of course, we send updates to anybody that is registered and has an account with the BioBigBox. You can contact us with any questions. If you need any help to get up and running, you can contact us at support@biobigbox.com. We also have a contact us form directly on the webpage. Of course, we have the ability to choose a plan, to upgrade, to see the different features and what's included in each plan. All that information could be found on the webpage. Like I mentioned earlier, the price point is very reasonable. It's a package that includes all the different features and functionalities. So, check that out and contact us if you have any questions. That wraps up the presentation and introduction to how to use the BioBigBox system. We're looking forward to hearing back from you with any questions or comments. Please take a look, register for the system, give it a try. And I think you'll be able to use the system very easily and quickly in your practice for your team to get them up and running with a system that provides the file transfer, backup, and email solutions in a HIPAA compliant manner. Thank you very much. Once again, please enter your contact information into the attendance form. There are links for the form under the viewing window. This way we could send you the CE credit. If you have any trouble finding the form or filling it out, just send an email to support@biobigbox.com. Have a very good day. Thank you.